Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Thursday the 2nd of April and we have new mods. We have a few updates. The Wait Station decoration by MefiuFS has had an update. The Agco NG1100 Weight by STVModding has had an update. The SX Heavy Pack by FA285634 has had an update, and the Cramp Bandit 750 by Kyosho have all had updates. On to the mods for today. In light of the current situation around the world and how difficult things are for people, it's only right that we should have a 3-metre cultivator to cheer everybody up. I'm smiling because I know what the reaction will be, but it's a very nice, neat, tidy mod. Lots of detail on this one. This is the Lemkin Crystal 9 by grasslandMods, 5 slots. Let's say there is a lot of detail on this. What I'll do, let's just hook this up. I'll pull it forward a bit because I was in the long grass there. It was a little bit trickier to see. You may need a front weight because this is 3-point link mounted, doesn't have wheels. Baskets on the back, discs, and your kind of subsoilers, shanks on the front section. So let's drop it down. There you go. 3 metres of cultivating done with ease. You'll find this. Oh, why did I press there? Right, you'll find this under cultivators. There you go. Crystal 9, 5,200 by 3 metre width. And like I said already, 5 slots. Not too bad on the old slot count. 100 horsepower required to pull it. And away you go. Fantastic. Moving on from that, we're going to get to that in a minute. Over the back here we have got concrete and metal fences. These are mostly 3 slots for each one, then obviously the slot count will drop for subsequent ones. This is by MefiuFS. There are a lot in this pack, so we'll look at them kind of all first. We've got a red set of gates, and we've got a green set of gates, and then we've got sets of fencing and fencing posts. This is the concrete set. We've got left and right sections where you've got a concrete post and then you've got some like the wire fencing, but the wire fencing is incredibly detailed, like with rust patches and stuff on it as well. So you've got left and right sections. We've got 6-metre sections left and right where you've got an exposed piece on the end to join onto another section or another concrete post. It's quite difficult to see in this light, isn't it? And then you've got the opposite. I can't remember which one was left, which one was right. I mean, obviously that's on the left, but then we've got corner post section there for the concrete fence posts, and then the individual fence posts themselves. So linking those all up. One thing I will say, it's the downside of console, is that when you come to place things like this, the camera on console, when you go to place things, won't zoom in close enough. So getting things like this lined up is incredibly hard to do. When you're trying to line up a fence post with a thin bit of metal fencing like that, it gets quite tricky. It requires a lot of practice and incredible eyesight, and I don't have incredible eyesight. The green section, which kind of goes with the green gates, again you've got left and right section just here, then you've got the 6-metre left and right sections just there. So metal fencing with the barbed wire strung across the top on these ones. You then get a corner section that way, and we've got a corner section that goes the other way. I mean, these can all be rotated round, so at the end of the day you can put it that way, but what you'll notice this one, on this corner section, the post bends in to the inside. This one, the post bends out. So it depends what kind of look you're going for and how you're doing it. And then you've got your individual fence posts just there. And then we've got the red sections. Exactly the same setup, all the same ones, but these have got red posts instead. I say red, it's more kind of rust, but I mean, yeah, it is red. These are the red ones. These you'll find under placeables. Now I thought they'd be under decoration, but they were under miscellaneous, I think. So there we go. Gates green, gates red. Like so, they all start at 3 slots. A couple of them are 2. I think the fence posts are 2, but everything else is 3 slots. Once you've bought one of each, which I have, then the slot count drops to 1, and then you can enclose and do whatever you want to do with these. And so varying different prices, 100, 300, 500 up from the corner sections, fence posts at 50, and then so on as we go through the red, the green and the concrete. but they're under placeables and miscellaneous, not under decoration. Moving on from that pack, also by MefiuFS today, we've got the grain storage, which is this massive building here. This will use 11 slots. It is huge. Very long building. We've got a door on the end and we've got a door down the side. You're not going to get very wide vehicles in here if you wanted to use it for storage, like big harvesters, especially if you've got doubles or twins and that kind of stuff on it. The light switches down this end. Detailing is incredibly good. It looks like concrete sections, concrete slabs. Let's open that one as well. Why is that one not want to open? Oh, that's interesting. That one not want to open. Where's the trigger for that? Ah, that one doesn't seem to want to go. Oh, there we go. Found the trigger in the end. Then the light switch is just in here. Very bright lights. I think it puts the outside ones on here as well, doesn't it? Maybe they come on automatically. I haven't found a light switch for those. They don't appear to be on. No, can't find a light switch. That's weird, because there's loads of them on the outside here. I wonder where that is. Have I missed that? Oh. No. Not sure about that. But there you go. This you'll find under placeables, under sheds. This is a 60 by 16 metre, 25,000 to buy, and it will use, I said already, 11 slots. There you go. So both those by MefiuFS, the fences, gates, and the grain storage building. Moving on from that, we have got down the front here, Self-Made Weight by Daniel Modding. This is a concrete slab with a kind of metal cage around the outside of it, trailer hitch on the front. There are a few options available, 3-point link mounted. This you'll find under weights. There you go. This will use, how many slots was this? This was 4 slots. Slots are only on console. Don't worry if you're on console, doesn't affect you. So I should probably want to go in a little bit. Main colour, you can pick from any of those in that colour palette there. So for example, I went for blue for the metal around the outside. Then we've got reflectors, you've got default, which is standard. Then you can have the squares bolted on there. You can have reflectors. You can have reflectors and signs. And then back to default again. Those are your options available. That's 2,500 kilogram weight by Daniel Modding. Just checking. Yep, there's nothing else on that one. Right, next up, we've got this little trailer. I love this. It's a nice looking trailer. This is the Lizard Dumper. This is by RedStagModding Team. This will use, where is it? 2 slots. We can have it in a 10,000 litre or a 12,000 litre capacity. Nice little starting wagon, this as well. I think it pretty much takes everything, if I recall correctly. Let's grab this. Unload animation, very smooth, very neat and tidy. There's no rear trailer hitch on this, so you can't daisy chain these because it unloads at the back like that. If you had one behind it, would crack into it. Yeah, not a bad little trailer, that. While that's closing down, we'll find this under trailers, as you might expect. There we go. There's a dumper, 10,700. Takes everything pretty much. Pretty handy little bit of kit. You can have it capacity 10,000 litres, as I said, like that, or with the extensions on, taking up 12,000 litres. 10,700 for the base unit, 13,700. That's a big jump up, isn't it? $3,000 for those side extension boards. But there you go. That's what you get, 10 or 12,000 litre capacity. Very nice. That's by RedStagModding Team. What we'll do, I think, let's just stop there. I might need the tractor again in a minute, but we'll see. Next up, we've got this. This is the MAN TGS 26500, 6x6, I think it is. This is by PM Modding. We've had a few lorries and trucks, whichever, out by PM Modding. It's like the standard one we get in-game. Few little added extras on this. That's only a twin axle. This is a triple axle, 6x6, slightly longer, trailer hitch on the back. Nicely detailed PTO shaft on the back there too. No problems with that. You'll find this under vehicles and then trucks. The standard one, the MAN TGS 18500 4x4, is 130 grand, 500 horsepower, 17 slots. This will use 24 slots, which isn't too bad. So we go across here until we get to it. Just there. Main colour we can change to a whole array of different things. There's a few down here that I quite like the look of. There's platinum metallic there. There's silverstone metallic. I don't think I've come across before. There's a Schwartz, which is nice, and then this turquoise, which I think is the one I went for in the end. Quite like that. Rim colour, we've got silver. There is a chrome there. Then there's a whole selection going through that entire palette. But there's, as you know, if you watch any of my mod reviews, I tend to go for the chrome ones. Like to bling these things up. Then we've got optional Trelleborgs, or lizards, or knock-ins. No options within those. Just the Trelleborgs are wider. The knock-ins are a little bit chunkier, but yeah, very nice indeed. Then you've got the TGS 26 430 at 430 horsepower, 470 at 470 horsepower, 510, 510 horsepower. Cab animations with the acceleration and deceleration, see the cab move, lift and very nice indeed. Doors, there's no opening doors or anything like that. Beacons on top. We've got rear lights, main lights. It's got these two side ones that light up all the way around. I like that. I'm curious actually. No, not that. Not that. I've lost it now. Where's it gone? Oh, right. Unfortunately, this is one of those frustrating things. I've got my Satec side panel plugged into my PlayStation. I've mentioned it before. Now, if you go through on a PlayStation controller, the lighting options, so R1 and then circle. So I cycle through. So I've got that, then that, then that, and then off again. Beacons on the top. With my side panel on, if I press my number 14 button on my side panel, you get hazard lights. So they are available, but you need a side panel to get them. If I turn my lights on and go all the way up through this setting, you can go to high beams as well by pressing number 15, I think it is. Like that. Those ones come on. But you can't access those off the normal menu. That has to be done if you've got a side panel. Frustrating, that. They're there and they work, there's just no button configuration for them on a controller. But there you go. Interior, nice and tidy. Very cool. So there you go. That's the TGS 26500 by PM Modding. Moving on. Got a few today, haven't we? Got 8 today? I think it's 8 mods, isn't it, today? We've got the Wienhuis. This is the Wienhuis JVK 16000 by DMI 20mm Normandy and DMI. I like that. Incredibly detailed. Look at that. That was always my taste test on FS17. Was always get up close to it, look at the decals. If the decals went a bit blurry. FS19 you don't tend to get that as much anymore. The decals, I don't think I've ever come across any mods. I'm trying to think where the decals go a little bit blurry and horrible. Even like the VIN plates and stuff are fairly clear, but that's nice. There's a lot of detail on that. Anyway, that being said, you will find this under... Where are we under? trailers. Mine went blank for a minute then. Right at the very end here, the JVK 16,000 takes everything pretty much, which is nice. We've got an option on the rim colour. We can go for the plain kind of greyish colour. You can have it orange, or you can have it red. Now you can have contrast. Where it says design colour, you can have contrasting colour there on the hubs. So I can go red with that one. If I go back to rim colour and go orange, so you can switch those backwards and forwards, but I think the design colour also does the boards, if I remember correctly. 16,000 litre capacity standard, then you go to 16.5 with a slight extension, and then you go up again to the 18, and I think that's design colour. If I change that now, will that put that back to orange? Oh no, it is just the hubs. I thought that extension board would change colour, but it doesn't. That will always be red. So you can go up to 18,000 litre capacity. Options, we've got Michelins, we've got Trelleborgs, and we've got Nokians. And lizards, I forgot about those. Under Michelin's, there's a few options of treads and wides on these. If we go through wide, standard, standard, wide, wide. So there's a few different options within wide. There's flotation ones, slightly lower ones, thinner ones. Back to standards. Under Trelleborg, we've got standard, wide, standard. There's a few options within each one. And then the knock-ins, you just got the standard knock-in tyres. Those are your options available. As far as what this does, actually I can use the man while I'm here, because it has the rear trailer hitch, might as well. Showcase both at the same time. So unload here, L1, R1 and triangle, and it unloads. Very nice indeed. But what you can also do is L1 and right stick, you can manually... No, was it R1 and right stick? Why does this always do this to me? It was. L1 and right stick down, and you can lift it up yourself, automatically lift it. It doesn't open the back, so you can lift it. Not sure why you would want to, but you can lift it yourself, and then we can switch it. The grain door has a nice animation as well, just in case you want to see the animation of the grain door. So L1, R1. And there you go. That's the MefiuFS JVK 16,000. By DMI 20mm Normandy and DMI. Which brings us on to the last of the mods for today, and this thing's a cracker. I first saw one of these, I'd never heard of them before. This is the Crary Wind system, and it was on MN Millennial Farmer. Zach had one installed on his header. The premise behind this being, it's a complete air system that goes onto the header, onto a draper header. And you've got the blower here, draws the air in and blows it through the entire system. So there's a little fan that spins in there, and what that does, it goes right the way around the system along these bars and then blows in here. So as your crop's going in, it blows everything in, essentially making it more productive. You don't lose as much, it keeps it all going in the right direction where it should be, onto the header, onto the draper belt. Fantastic bit of kit, and the mod on this is so detailed. You've even got the CWS in there for the Crary Wind system on the bar. There's a few options available on this. This is a 13.7 metre, pretty sure it is. In light of the fact we had the new John Deeres that came out yesterday, it kind of goes really well with that. The 645 FD header with the Crary Wind system. I like it. Very nice indeed. Options available on this. This comes under headers. So there is 89,000, and this is 23 slots. Design colour. Now this will change something in a minute. So what we'll do is, let's go down to the other options. We can have standard, and this has got numbers. So if you've got a few different headers, you can have numbers on these. So we can go 1, 2, 3 up to 6 on the back there. I always put it on 2 if I've got the option, because the green always reminds me of Thunderbird 2. Don't know why, it's one of those weird things. And then the other design is where we put the actual air bar on. For an extra 10,500 you can have the air bar. Now the question is, does this actually improve yield in game? I don't think it does. I think it's more an aesthetic thing, but it does look absolutely cracking. I think to have an ability to adjust the settings so it would improve yield would involve reprogramming game mechanics and stuff, and I don't hold me to that. I could be wrong. I haven't done thorough testing on it. I only came out today, obviously. Now, as far as design colour goes, this is a bit of an odd one. Design colour there, you can have it black, although it looks metallic to me, or you can have it John Deere green, although that's yellow. If I click on that, it actually changes it to yellow. So the air bars at the front that hang down change to yellow. The main colour is the actual main bar right across the front that takes the bulk of the air to those thinner ones. You can have that black, or you can have that John Deere green. So that changes that colour of that main bar right across the front. Black or John Deere green. So those are the options available on the actual header itself. So let's hook this up. I had to go for the FS19, obviously, with the massive... Oh, it's nice. L1, R1, and then we can go... Sorry, L1 and right stick. We can adjust the header and the air bar itself, up and down and in and out. So if you want to go for that kind of more realistic aesthetic kind of look to where you want it positioned so it would be operating as it would do in the real world, that's where you do it. Now this is the bit you want to listen to, because this is just about turning this thing on. I'm going to turn that. I don't know why I'm turning around so light, probably so you can see the actual the blower. But listen, there's a whistle to it, a whine with that blower, the fan drawing air in and blowing around the system. Now I want to have a look inside at the monitor, because I know the monitors do actually adjust and various different things change, because in the new mods there's all sorts of things on the screen. I don't know if it's configured to work with this. This mod, sorry I meant to say, is by Dakota, North Dakota Modding and Mapping and Razer. But yeah, turn it off. Sounds fantastic. And there you go, that's the mods for today. Finishing off with the John Deere 645D with the airbar Crary Wind system. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.